In the business world, we are obsessed with talking, right? We talk about making great presentations, being persuasive, and closing the deal. But what if I told you the single most powerful competitive advantage you can have isn't about talking at all, but about how well you listen? Okay, let's get into this, because honestly, mastering this one skill could completely transform your career.
So let me just ask you straight up, are you a good listener? I'm willing to bet your first instinct is to say yes. Of course you are. And you know what? That's what almost everyone thinks. Research shows we all tend to believe our communication skills are just as good, if not better, than our colleagues. But what if that confidence is a little misplaced? What if it's actually costing you?
Take a look at this number, up to 80%. According to the University of Missouri, that's how much of your workday is spent doing some form of communication. Just let that sink in. The vast majority of your professional life, your success, hinges on this one activity. So getting even just a little bit better at listening isn't a small tweak, it's a massive lever you can pull for your career.
And before we dive deep into this critical subject, please just take a quick moment to like this explainer and subscribe to the channel for more expert breakdowns like this one. So let's talk about the damage. What's the real cost of not listening? This isn't just about being polite or hurting someone's feelings. Poor listening is like a silent profit killer running loose in a company. We're talking about real money down the drain, wasted hours, and huge missed opportunities.
The solution, and really the core idea for us today, is this concept of active listening. And look, this isn't just about sitting there quietly while someone else talks. It's about a deep, active process of understanding, interpreting, and responding. In fact, when researchers went looking for what makes a manager truly successful, what skill came out on top? Time and time again, active listening. It was rated the single most crucial skill.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It really is a tale of two realities, isn't it? Good listening isn't some fuzzy, feel-good thing. It directly boosts the quality of work, it increases profits, and it makes everyone more productive. But on the flip side, and we've all lived this, poor listening leads to all that frustrating stuff, costly mistakes, meetings that have to be rescheduled, and documents that need to be retyped. The difference is absolutely night and day.
Okay, so we're all on board. Listening is critical. But where should we focus this superpower to get the biggest impact? Well, the source material points us to two groups that are absolutely non-negotiable for any business's survival: your customers and your employees.
The legendary business consultant Tom Peters just nails it with this quote. The whole idea of being customer-focused really just boils down to one thing: listening. You have to listen to what the customer actually cares about, not what you assume they care about. Listening is the key that unlocks everything else.
So what happens when a customer is upset? Here's the secret. You have to see that complaint as a gift. Seriously. This 5-step playbook shows you exactly how to turn a bad situation into a win. First, just believe their story. No questions, no doubt. Just take them at their word. Second, listen actively. Let them get it all out. Third, give a real, sincere apology. Then, number 4, actually do something to make them happy. And finally, thank them. They just gave you free advice on how to make your business better.
Now let's turn that focus inward, because listening to your own team is just as important. And this is where the source introduces a really powerful concept: therapeutic listening. It's more than just hearing someone out. It's about listening with the genuine goal of understanding their challenges from their point of view, with empathy and without judgment. When you bring that energy to performance reviews and day-to-day chats, you build incredible trust, and you start to hear all the amazing ideas that usually go unsaid.
All right, we've talked about the why and the who. Now it's time for the how. Because here's the thing, great listening isn't a passive sport. It's an active one, and it's powered by asking great questions. Your ability to ask the right kind of question is the tool that unlocks everything we've been talking about.
The two most basic tools in your kit are open and closed questions. Think of open questions, the what, why, and how questions, as the key you use to unlock a big, detailed story. But sometimes you just need a quick confirmation. That's where closed questions come in. They're for getting those fast yes or no answers. You gotta know when to use both.
Now let's level up. Probing questions are like your magnifying glass. When someone gives you an answer, you follow up with things like, "Oh, that's interesting. Can you tell me more?" to get to the real heart of the matter. Then you have leading questions. These are the ones that kind of suggest the answer you want to hear, like, "Wouldn't you agree that this is the best path forward?" Now, they can be useful, but you have to be so careful. There's a very fine line between persuasion and manipulation.
And the last tool in the kit is the hypothetical question.
These are your what-if questions. They're fantastic for exploring possibilities and seeing how someone thinks on their feet. You know, questions like, imagine if our budget was cut in half. What would you do first? They're absolute gold in job interviews and big negotiations.
Whew, we've just gone through a whole toolkit there. If you're finding this detailed analysis helpful, a quick like and subscription helps us create more in-depth learning resources just like this one.
Okay, let's bring it all home. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that effective listening is not a passive activity. It is not something that just happens to you. It's an active, strategic process that gives you a clear and powerful advantage in pretty much every single professional interaction you have.
So let's lock in these key takeaways. Number 1, listening is not a soft skill, it's a financial one. It directly impacts profit and quality. 2, a customer complaint is not a crisis. It's a golden opportunity to build loyalty. 3, listening to your team is the shortcut to trust and innovation. And finally, that questioning toolkit we talked about, it's your secret weapon. Learn how to use it.
And I really want to leave you with this final thought. Please, don't ever fall into the trap of thinking that some people are just natural-born listeners. That is a complete myth. Effective listening is not a talent, it is a skill. And just like any other skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered by absolutely anyone who decides to put in the effort.
So here is my challenge to you. What is one conversation, just one, that you're going to have this week where you can consciously decide to practice these skills? Think about it, pick one, and then go and do it.
Thank you so much for watching. If you feel like you've really grasped this concept, show your support by liking this explainer and subscribing before you head out.